all of your expertise and knowledge. You know, there are news stories sort of coming out of mothers giving birth and their newborns are testing positive for corona. Is there a case to be made for mothers suspecting they have COVID-19 to request a C-section that can't do a home birth?
I wouldn't necessarily ever request a C-section, to be very, very honest. I genuinely, that's just something that I actually don't think is healthiest for you, because that's a major abdominal surgery. So first of all, like I mean, we could talk forever about this, but I feel like if you suspect you have coronavirus, wear a mask around your newborn, because they say that if you wear the mask, then you're not able to spread it to someone else. And also, like, if you're able to, get tested, find out whether or not you genuinely do have this coronavirus, because I think the worst thing is to separate the mom and the baby. And unfortunately, you know, some hospitals have had to do that because they're trying to like prevent the spread of it. And also they're trying to, you know, protect babies. So if you
there's just not enough, there's not enough data, there's not enough tests, there's not enough studies that would make us feel comfortable, even the chance of our newborn catching
but if you are someone who is pregnant and you're weighing your options for delivery, or if you suspect maybe you have coronavirus, first and foremost, I like recommend trying to get a test ASAP. I mean, you're pregnant. They should definitely offer that to you. And secondly, and I would say do that via, there's a company called HealthTap, and they do like telemedicine. And so rather than going to OR or ER or not an OR, but an ER or urgent care or the clinics, try to do that via like some sort of telemedicine rather than exposing yourself. Get yourself tested, and regardless, wear a mask like all the time, and sanitize like crazy, because that's how you're going to be able to prevent it.
And that was the other part about the home birth is you have follow-up visits where the midwife comes to your house. You have more of a controlled environment with who comes into the house to do the delivery, where if you're staying in the hospital, you know, you have shift changes, and I would be taking up some protective gear from the nurses that need it. You know,
they're already limited. And
I'm actually curious. Does it matter if you go with a midwife or a doula? Is there a benefit? You chose a midwife, am I right?
Yeah, so there's a huge difference between a midwife and a doula. Typically, a doula just helps you with the laboring process. You know, she's just your coach. She's really helping to guide you and manage your pain.
Does that make me a doula?
I mean, you're just
a diaper doula.
Yeah, exactly. I think a doula is a little bit more professional than just a husband who's like panicking himself. But then the midwife is a certified nurse who is you know, well aware of, and honestly, I'm almost embarrassed to admit this out loud, but I wasn't aware that they bring emergent medication. Because I was really forward with my midwife. I was like, when we first started interviewing midwives, I was like, and I hope this wasn't offensive, because, you know, it could be very offensive, but I was like, what do you do if my baby's shoulders are stuck? There's something called shoulder dystocia, and that could be fatal for a newborn. And
oh my gosh.
Have medical equipment immediately. I mean, the head is out, the shoulders are stuck. You can imagine that scenario. Like, it's not safe for a baby. And she answered it like just the same way that I would answer if I was a registered nurse inside the hospital. I mean, essentially at that point, you have to change position. You have to like add some pressure to the top of the uterus. You got to get the kid out. Yeah, and there, you know, you want to provide oxygen, but she brings oxygen, she brings Pitocin, she brings Methergin. These Pitocin and Methergin are necessary for hemorrhages postpartum.
She calmed our nerves down
a
lot, you know.
They're not just like coming in with the yoga ball. This is what I understand. I haven't had it yet, but from what I understand,
candles and seances.
Yeah.
I was
expecting just like kumbaya, push now. It's not like that at all. And they are monitoring your baby's heart rate all throughout. So it's been very educational for me. And honestly, I mean, like 5% of me is excited to experience this, but let's be honest, you can't have pain medication. And my whole birth plan was to just get to the hospital, get an epidural, not feel any of these contractions, and push my baby out. That was the plan. And now I don't get any pain medicine. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, you guys are going to be good. I have no fear in my heart for you two. You know, Doug, at-home delivery, from what I've seen, is more hands-on. It's more intense from everything you guys are saying for the father, as opposed to maybe a hospital delivery. Are you nervous at all?
You know, I was against a home birth in the beginning, just because I didn't think it would ever come to this. I think I'm more nervous for Jamie. because of the no epidural. But we've watched enough videos and we've seen a lot of the research and information that came in where I'm actually excited to be able to catch the baby. You know, for me, I was always going to leave it up to Jamie and her birth plan because she's the one pushing the kid out.
Well,
you know,
thank you.
You know, she's got that role to do, you know, minor compared to
and,
you.
you know, it was a decision where we didn't want to be separated from the baby. We didn't want to be separated from our home. And
but most importantly,
and,
we didn't want to catch the coronavirus. We didn't want to take the personal protective equipment from others. We didn't want a high-risk pregnancy to not have a bed because we're taking it when I'm a low-risk pregnancy. I mean,
I'm not that nervous anymore. I was, but I'm not nervous anymore.
After like doing, that's why I say, like, no matter what you decide, like, you're gonna be okay, because if you educate yourself and you don't like do this out of fear, then you're gonna be okay. So
it's best to do it out of fear or on a whim. That's
no,
that's
like,
your advice that you're walking away with.
No, like just like take the time to like really research. And we do have a podcast, shameless plug here, but next week we're sharing on our podcast, Hot Marriage Cool Parents, like all the different pros and cons for every single different birthing experience, whether it be home birth, birthing center, or hospital birth, because they're all great for different reasons, and they all have cons too. So just do your research and find out what's really best for you and your family, and no one can hate you for it. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, education will make you more confident and feel more at peace with whatever decision you make.